Hello and welcome. If you are new around here, my name is Kati and this channel is about my love for stationery, journaling and planning. And today we are going through what all stationery I bought in the first quarter of 2026. So January, February and March. And I did already show you some purchases in my previous video, but now let's go everything through and I will share how much I paid for everything and so on. Let's start with the positives. So in January I didn't spend anything on stationery, and the same goes for February. No spending on stationery. But March is always a problem month because that's my birthday month, and that's always like, okay, it's my birthday, I can now shop. And I did shopping. So let's go everything through in order of price, so how much I spent. So this was the cheapest purchase of the month, and this was only 50 cents from a second-hand store. And as you can see, it's a stencil, but this was fun. This brand is not familiar to me, so it's Helix and it is made in England. I think you can see it. So I always like when I find something that's not made in China, just because I feel it's so rare to find things that are not made in China. And I love stencils, and my previous stencil purchase was a bit of a mess because it was so teeny tiny that I couldn't fit any pens in there, because that was like an architect piece or something like that. But this is again a bit bigger. I haven't used it yet because I haven't made any big setups for what this would be good for, but I'm happy to have it. It has the alphabet and numbers, and so it has everything like necessary. And 50 cents, that's not a lot. Then, was it the same day? No, it was actually a few days earlier, and that's the haul that I have showed you already. So I bought this. These are again second-hand purchases. I love making these finds that I get cheap and that I can't find in a store. And these scissors, these are scissors which have my channel name. I also bought these in a second-hand store. So it had the scissors and then the leathers, and I could put my channel name fit here. And these are the things that make going to the flea market and searching around, it's so fun when you find things like this. So this again was one of those nice finds because this was only €1 and it's real leather and it's a passport cover, so for a real passport. But I put this Travelers Company sticker release paper insert in here, and then I have also this Hobonichi folder thingy that holds my stencils that I use for journaling, so all the small ones, and this Midori stencil also. So I have them here because this is everything that I use when doing my daily journaling. And then now I also have this pocket here where I have my extra stickers, so I should refill my sticker book, but I haven't done it, so I have just put this here also as a reminder. So this is my decorating setup for my journal, and I did go this cover through with a leather balm, so I think I got the stain out that it had here somewhere, and it's just lovely. €1, yeah, I think that was worth it. Then I found this. It's in a bag because it's faux leather and it's peeling off, so it's disgusting. But I bought it to have the inserts and, well, the index, what was in here, and a bookmark. And I took the rings out. And if you have ever watched or yourself removed rings from NVIDIA, so Wonderspec Planner. The system was the same, so it has a back plate where the rings are attached, but the difference was that Wonderspec doesn't glue their rings together, but this they had glued here. So it was a hard work to take the rings out, but I have put them here because this is pocket size. I have put these are, I think these are like kind of 15mm rings. So I wanted to take the back plate off because now they take less space in here. So this is a Travelers Company passport size cover. So the rings fit pretty much, well, they come a little bit over. And of course my inserts come a little bit over because these are pocket size, but it goes for now. So I'm happy to pay the, oh, I didn't even say the price. I paid for that cover with a little discount, €4.20. So I got the rings, I got some indexes, I got some inserts, I got a pen and a page mark ruler. So it was good value for the money. So that was good. €4.20 spent. And then still one, I found this. This is a Filofax pocket cover. It's called Pocket Pack. And this was an old one from the 90s, end of the 90s. And this, oh yes, yeah, I did that. That was all in my previous video. So if you want to see how these looked back then and what all they had inside, but I did clean this as good I could, so I vacuumed it and then wiped it a bit, and it's just, it doesn't have a smell that I like. It doesn't have any bad smells. Of course it smells a bit old, but if this is from the 90s, it's like like something like 26, 27 years old. So I think I can give it a go with that it maybe smells a bit old. But my idea now for this is to try it as a travel carry. So because this is pocket size and my main planner is in a pocket rings, so when we are traveling I could take this all out and put in here. So then it's a safe setup for traveling because it has a zipper, so nothing is falling out, nothing is getting lost. And then I have also these extra pockets here to put things. We haven't been traveling now, so I haven't gotten to test it yet, but in the summer at least I will get to test this out. But this was a fun find, and with a discount, like a customer card discount, so I got this with €4.60. So not a bad price for a Filofax cover that is in pretty good shape for what its age is. And then we get to the birthday shopping. I don't remember why or how I found out, but I found out that oh no, yeah, it was good when I didn't buy this brand because I can't say the name. Stalogy. They came out with new sizes. I don't know when, but when I found out, I was so tempted and I just needed to get the A6 Slim because I just thought that that's like a perfect size. And I found this in the stationery store that it's pretty close to us, so I could go and get my order from there myself. So I didn't need to add the shipping cost there, but I was just so tempted that it was like an immediate purchase. I take my time to think about things, but this was just, oh, I need to have it. And it was a perfect fit because this is a Fjällräven passport cover, and I think they have no, this they still have, yeah. So I just thought that this A6 Slim, as you can see, would be a perfect fit for this passport cover. Actually, if you would like to, no, you can't fit it here. So if you want to fit it here, it needs to be passport size. But I just keep it here like this. And it's a perfect fit. So this is a new setup which I started 5th of March. So it's, how would I call it? I will call this my therapy tool. So it's just for me to work with some difficult things, but I love this. I love this cover, and I'm so happy now that I found like something that's a perfect fit. And I have bought a Stalogy before, the B6 size, but I never used it. So it's just this size just didn't find its place in my lineup. But I was tempted about the paper, and I have enjoyed using that paper now. So that one cost me, yes, I had a €1 for like, again, customer credits or something like that. So in the end, I paid for that Stalogy 1890. It's a half year A6 Slim. But because I bought it on the web store, and then I have to always go to see what's on the sale corner and what's new, and so I did a lot of shopping because, yeah, as I said, my birthday month. I found this in the sale corner. So this is a Stalogy. Well, this is sticky notes, and there was this available, this one with the grid. So it has numbers here from 20 to 100. So you could, this is like 100 grids. So you could easily like track here something. And I just, again, it's the paper, and I love sticky notes. And the ones that I have bought, the glue has been an issue. So the glue doesn't stick, or it leaves marks. So I just wanted to try now something premium. I think Japan brands are premium. So, and this was €4.72 in the discount corner. It has been €8.60. So that's a pretty good discount. I wouldn't have never paid that amount for a sticky note pad, but €4.72, I took the chance and tried, and I have used it now. So I just, yeah, nice paper, and yeah, I love it. But again, I don't know, although I love it now, I don't know if I would buy a new one with that price. So I'm enjoying it now that I got it a bit cheaper. But then I found something, yeah, I don't know if it's good that I go in the sale corner or not, but and then I just, okay, again, this is now something that I'm ashamed to show you, but because I want to show you all, I want to be open about my stationery purchases, so I will show you. But I'm a bit ashamed, and I wouldn't show you if I wouldn't have taken this approach to this. But yeah, I bought a few of these page markers, and again, this is a Japan brand. It's not familiar to me, but I just thought, okay, it must be good. Okay, the other thing could be that I could think about it, okay, it's in the sale corner, so maybe it's not so good. But again, it can be also that the price is so premium that people are not paying premium prices for page markers. But the reasoning here behind is that I just admire when people show online that they have read a book and they have the page markers all over for the important and nice parts, and I would love to do that. Okay, I would need a book for that, and I usually read books from the library, so there's a problem. But that's just maybe my fantasy self is studying and reading books and putting page markers in them. But I do that to the library books, and then I have to take notes and of course remove the page markers and so. And I have bought these. These are cheap page markers. I cannot imagine this has been costing like 1-2 euros. But these are not so good. Either the glue doesn't stick or it leaves the glue on the pages, and that's not good. So I thought that, well, I could use some premium page markers. And these were on sale, so I just went a bit crazy. Let's see. So this goes so that you have this card and you can fill these cards with the refills. This is the bright colors. And let's start with this. This is the S, so small size. So this cost, this card with the sticky notes, was €2.95, the sale price. And it's probably like half off. Yes, here. So I bought these. I took 3. I wanted to, yeah, my thinking was that I could have one by my bed, one by the sofa, and so on, so that I have one everywhere where I read books. Then I took the refills for those, so I took 2 refills, €2 a piece, and this has like 420 sheets. This has 220. So it should be enough for a while. Then I took the M size. So this, yes, the bright colors, this was again $2.95, and I got 1 refill. So what I got is what they had left. So that's why I have something more and something less, because I was just emptying their store. So 1 card, 1 refill, and then there was one of these. No. Yes, so actually I bought 2 of these, but there was a pack. What? Now I'm a bit confused, but I bought 2 of these with the bright colors because I wanted 1 card for these. This was called Magic Hour, because this wasn't sold anymore in this card, but so that I could use it easily, I took 1 of these and took the bright colors out and changed to the Magic Hour colors. So I bought 1 of these refills for €2. Okay, I think oh, there are more of these. Yeah, so I bought 4 of these refills. Yeah, that's a mess. I can't even explain this because there's so much, but I have these now. And the total price for these page markers, which was just a random purchase because of the Stalogy, these were in total €26.75 extra. Like 27 euros for page markers. Then we add this, which was 5 euros. So 31.47 euros extra for the Stalogy that was just 18.90. So I spent more on the extra than for the what I was looking for. So it's a risk to go to those websites, and that's why I never go there. Then my last order of the month, and that was due because I fell for this. I was so much enjoying this that I went back to the stationery store, like on the website, and I was looking for if they still have the other sizes, but they didn't. So I went looking for, could I get those somewhere else? And I found a store where to get those. And I ended up buying a second A6 Slim half year because I was so enjoying that first one that I didn't want to run out of pages. And I did buy the half year instead of the full year because I think the full year would be too tight in this. So that's why I went with the half year. But this was so much more expensive. In the other store, I paid for this, when we count the shipping into it, I paid for this €23.18. So it would have been so much cheaper in that other store. Then I bought a B6, and yes, this was a FOMO, like fear of missing out purchase. I don't know, it feels stupid to say that because I haven't ever used the Stalogy notebooks before, but now I just, these new sizes, the B6 and the A6, those just don't spark joy in me, but these slim sizes are like, oh. So I just wanted to have them to, of course, I think I had an idea. Yes, I had an idea because I had watched a video and I was like, okay, that B6 Slim would be so perfect for that journal setup and so on and so forth. So I bought the B6 Slim half year, and then I also bought the full year B6 Slim. And this was €20, 14 cents. Yes, it was cheaper than this. I don't understand why, but yes, it was cheaper. And then here's the full year, which cost, these are so expensive, €32, 28 cents. And as you can see, I haven't started using it because this was a FOMO purchase. I didn't take my own advice. I didn't sleep over it. I just went and bought, and then later was like, okay, I'm not so sure if I want to set up that new planner or journal setup. But this is so perfect for this cover. Yeah, that's a good reason to buy a notebook. But I have it now, so if I want to set up something new in a B6 Slim, it's ready for it. And then my thought was, because I loved using the A6 Slim in this cover, I thought this would be perfect for this other cover. And this is the one that's, I think, discontinued. So this was travel wallet size. So this would be a perfect setup again. But as you can see, it's not in use. I don't have any idea for it. So, but I have it now if one day I come up with an idea for what I want to use this for. And just if you want to know what the idea was, I watched a video where they talked about, like, instead of having a to-do list, you should have a done list. So you would feel that feel of an accomplishment. So I have done all these things. So then I was like, okay, that's a good idea. And these are pages that I have sadly cut out of my B6 and made into, don't know what, in which order, disc bound inserts, personal ring inserts, but these are now here. So when I want to make the setup, I can test things out on these pages first. So I thought this would be perfect as a done setup, but then I was like, that's extra again. And then it's like, well, do I need then my daily journal if I have a separate done setup? And then what was my biggest hesitation was, again, that I have heard it somewhere, so we are not human doings, we are human beings. So does it good for me, for my mental health, if I just focus on what I have done? Does my value come from what I have done, what I have accomplished? Or could my value come from being, enjoying the small things? So there is that, what I have been thinking now. And that's also what I have been thinking according to my daily journaling, like what would bring value for me to put in that journal? Do I put there things that happened, like what was the weather like? Do I put there things what I did? And I have learned that I don't value looking backwards that I written in my journal, like I did the laundry. What? That doesn't matter. I do the laundry so often. No, it doesn't matter. And then again, I don't know if it brings either value to me if I put in my journal, like I send a job application. Maybe if that's the one that I get, and that will be a big thing, but I can always add that in my journal. So that was my hesitation why I didn't start the done journal, because I don't where to put the line, what things to write there and what not. Because if you write everything you did, dishes, laundry, like that's a lot. So where you pull the line, what is big enough accomplished to write? Because I don't want to write everything. That's like too exhausting again. Then it should be like something that's valuable. And I have my journal, so yeah, no. So I just like, okay, I'm not setting it up. I'm just, again, I'm thinking about it. But yeah, that order was with the 3 Stalogy planners was €75.60. And that was all what I bought in March. And let's go, this is my spending tracker setup. And this is a Midori B6 Slim. So this size is, I love it. And it goes nicely in these covers that are made for the Hobonichi weeks. So that's why I love it, because I'm not using the Hobonichi weeks anymore. So here's my January, and this is, I don't know why, but I tried this new style of writing things. This was my old style, and for some reason I was like, okay, I will save my highlighters now and try this other, but I hate this. And I realized it. Luckily I realized it in March. Like I don't even myself understand what I have written here. So it's like, no, I don't like to look at it. So I realized it luckily in March. So now I set up my April again with this old style, which works for me. So I just have to deal with these months now. So no stationery spending. I don't even know where I read there. Zero. Here my total was €136.27, and that is per month €45. So that is less than in previous 3 years. So that's good. And I would like to keep this under €50 per month. But now you can see that I didn't spend in 2 months, so I could spend a little more in the 3rd month and still be under €50. And I like that, to make bigger purchases or maybe buy something more expensive that I love more than to just buy smaller purchases regularly. But this is a mess. I can't read that. That's no. But here's now April, and this is now my last year. Well, we are in April. There is so much left of this year. I still have time to talk about my next year's setup. I haven't even talked about my this year's lineup, so maybe just try to focus on this year and not already jump straight to 2027. But I have been planning it, so I was already showing you what I will do next year, but maybe that can be another video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please like it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I would be very happy if you would. And thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day, and I hope to see you down below in the comments and in my next video. Bye bye.